This right here is a PDF file that I found on the internet, right? Now, I went through it, breezed through it a couple times, but it's interesting because it gives me the impression that it was created by Detective Dennis, for Detective Dennis, for a presentation for him to get a TV show. Yeah. Gang Gang Atlanta. Don't ask. I don't know where they got the name, right? But I was going through it and it got some interesting things, right? Like, look right here. Look at the table of contents. So it says the setup, the podcast, and the documentary series, Season 1, Gang Gang Atlanta, Season 1 Case File, YSL 30 Deep versus Inglewood Family Bloods. Now, this part right here is pretty interesting. See how it says Season 1 Case File, YSL 30 Deep versus Inglewood Family Bloods? Now, allegedly, this television show was supposed to be produced around 2021-22, right? But I don't recall seeing it. I searched online, can't find it, right? So I'm assuming it must have never made it to, production. So Tyrone Dennis in the APD gang unit, ATO gang area map, Operation Planners, NIBIN chart, Operation Planners, Fed and state charges. What do they mean? So, as you scroll through, they got the typical imagery you would use to try to sell a narrative. Looks like old pictures. You got a dude wearing G-Shocks. Tattoos look a little bit thin. Looks like an early, I'm going to say about 2010 picture, to be honest. I'm going to keep it real. It's a little bit out of context, but hold on, stick around. So it says the setup. So it says, in police departments across the United States, gang units work in becoming more vital to solving violent crimes, murders, and understanding the varied connections between organizations within the criminal underbelly. An argument can be made that these specialized units are the future of policing. These units are a clearinghouse of criminal intelligence and knowledge that becomes valuable to high-ranking police officials. The work of the gang unit investigator is some of the most compelling work in policing today. See, now, this is weird looking back at it, being as though we've seen Officer Dennis come and testify, right? And we've seen him get booted out of the trial. Yeah. So, stick around. It gets interesting. Look. Inside the gang unit, policing world are wide-ranging investigations connecting various sets like the Bloods, Crips, MS-13, Mexican Mafia, and Black Guerrilla Family. They sure left a few out, didn't they? They breed homegrown drug trafficking operations that we don't see in the YSL RICO that are often built inside insular neighborhoods and inner cities. These crews and their stories are hard to penetrate. Years of investigative work are spent trying to understand their criminal fortresses. Yes, they use the word fortresses, including the hows and whys of their existence. For the first time, Gang Gang will delve into the underworld with access-driven stories told by actual gang unit detectives who have risked their lives and their careers in their pursuit of the next big takedown, along with their secretive and comprehensive case files. All right. So pay attention to what that just said. Secretive and comprehensive case files. So Dennis has all of his case files. Think about it. So traditional pictures trying to scare people. I don't know who this guy is with the snake in Rastafarian garments. All right, but look at this. So it says that inspiration is The Wire and Brick City. All right, pay attention, Ron. They putting more pictures that incriminate people in the back for no reason, though. You mean? Gang Gang, the podcast and documentary series, will travel to one American city each season, investigate a case that has defined a career, or explain its relationship with the city and the American underbelly, told through the perspective of both the hunter and the hunted. Which is which? Gang Gang will have unique interviews with the detectives, police officials, criminal informants, city attorneys, journalists and family members who were affected. Gang storytelling is in depth and peels back the layers of a city to understand the criminal climate and the politics surrounding it. Politics? If you like the sophistication of the show like HBO's The Wire or documentaries like Brick City in Newark, Gang is the 2021 version of this layered storytelling. 2021. So they were set to come out in 2021. Based on real cases, real police files, and never before heard wiretaps, depositions, and interrogation room meetings, Gang is a look at the streets today, not 20 years ago. These confidential case files are documented cases that were built on years of investigative work. All right, so if this was set to come out in 2021, then they was trying to press this RICO before the Darius Ford and Christian McMillan situation happened. Before, what, Lucci got jammed up and poked up in the clink? Think about it. So if they was willing to move with the investigation of If Gang versus, YSL / 30 Deep and have it ready for television in 2021, then that means they was going to press this RICO in like 2018, 19, y'all, without anything that happened afterwards. Real rap, look. Let's keep going, though. Pay attention. Pay attention. Never mind that picture right there. That was just ignorance. Never mind that. You put a little bit of that in there. Look, season 1, Atlanta. Okay. There go Dennis right there. You see him? All right. So he put himself in the back, Now, he's an actor. You remember he been on First 48. They've been on that, I believe, another television show, too. Don't quote me which one. I get him. There's about 4 Atlanta homicide television shows floating around. Maybe 5. Don't quote me. All right. In season 1, we traveled to Atlanta, Georgia, and gang unit Detective Tyrone Dennis, a 16-year veteran of the Atlanta Police Department. He spent many years investigating gangs that traveled through and reside in the city of Atlanta. The other expertise he gained while his investigations were ongoing was an intimate knowledge of the myriad connections between street money and the hip-hop music industry. Hey, y'all, did he disclose that? The way the money trickles to street gangs? Or is he a little bit misleading with this description right here? Think about that. We ain't hear nothing about that, did we? Expertise he gained while his investigations were ongoing was an intimate knowledge of the myriad connections. Wow. Between street money and the hip-hop music industry. Did we hear anything about the connections, y'all, during our time listening to his testimony or his Daubert hearing? I don't remember. Let's keep going, though. The gangs in Atlanta feed the hip-hop music scene in a symbiotic relationship that fosters violence and, in some cases, murder. Have we seen them explain that yet? So this media is a little bit misleading, right? Uh-oh. Tyrone's case led him to not only interact inside this world, but build up encyclopedic knowledge of how gang power dictated the flow of drugs, money, and power inside the glitz and glamour of what many people are calling Black Hollywood. Whoa. Whoa. What do you mean? Huh? That's cap. We still haven't seen that proven right now. Glitz and glamour of what many people are calling Black Hollywood. The flow of drugs, money, and power inside. What? All right. Hold on, y'all. Pay attention. Yeah, look at these guys. I believe they actors. Look. All right. Explain this. So this was going to literally be a part of this in 2021, which means the case would have had to already been taken to trial. They couldn't present case information in the television show in 2021 unless the case was over, right? Right? I mean, it would be damaging knowing you putting this out and these could be potential jurors watching if you put it out before the trial, right? All right. So it says APD gang unit. In Season 1, we investigate operation conducted by the Atlanta Gang Unit, United States Marshals, the ATF, and DEA. In January 2015, a gang war broke out between two rival gangs, the YSL 30 Deep Gang versus the Family Bloods. It calls them the Family Bloods right here, y'all. If Gang /92. This war started as beef inside the hip-hop music business between Young Thug and YSL and Lucci. Wow. Is that truthful, y'all? Is that truthful? It wasn't regulated to just music, as it spilled over into the streets and murder. Mr. Kenneth Woody Copeland and Mr. Calvin Shellkel Watts were the prominent gang members fueling the beef with shooting incidents at nightclubs inside the Atlanta metro area. So if them two were prominent gang members fueling the beef, how did it start with Lucci and Young Thug? Look how they start. The actual action is Shellkel and Woody. Off top right here, y'all. But they blaming it on the hip-hop music business between Young Thug and Lucci. Think about that. Look, it don't even make sense off top. Hold on, let's keep going. At this time, the APD and Tyrone Dennis started to investigate the case after a high-profile shooting at Club Crucial. What? I thought they started to investigate it when it was Donovan Thomas that got smoked. Uh-oh. We got conflicted stories. At this time, the APD and Tyrone Dennis started to investigate the case after a high-profile shooting at Club Crucial. Wow. In January of 2015, Donovan Peanut Thomas was shot and killed in a drive-by shooting. At the time, Peanut was one of the highest-ranking Blood gang members inside Atlanta and a leader of the Inglewood Family Bloods. So one time they typed them as the Family Bloods, and now this second time they type them as Inglewood Family Bloods. Okay. This death set off a gang war inside Atlanta. But I thought y'all just said it started to investigate the case after a high-profile shooting at Club Crucial. All right. With Peanut's death, rumors on the street were that another artist and his crew could be responsible. They said could be. Rumors and could be. That was Jeffery Williams, or hip-hop superstar, a.k.a. Young Thug. The APD gang unit started a far-reaching homicide and gang investigation into the Inglewood Family Bloods and their rivals, YSL 30 Deep. After the homicide, APD also had to investigate 8 different drive-by shootings. Yup, I said 8. I said 8, ladies and gentlemen. That is not what we are being told in court. APD also had to investigate 8 different drive-by shootings as the Inglewood Family Bloods started to target Young Thug and his YSL 30 Deep crew without proof. The violent back and forth caused major headlines in the news. That's cap. As APD started the case, 3 more murders transpired between the Inglewood Family Bloods and YSL. This case went from 1 homicide to 4 and close to 10 drive-by shootings. Wow, that's cap. What other 3 bodies? Where? The result is that APD gang unit and Tyrone Dennis spent close to 4 years on this case. Yo, where's the other 4 bodies if this was set to be released before 2021 and the other bodies in this RICO case happened after 2021? Like, he can't be talking about, like, what other bodies he talking about? The result is the APD gang unit and Tyrone Dennis spent close to 4 years on this case. They got to the heart of Atlanta's most, all right, I know what he talking about. He talking about the chick. That's them. That's not, man, listen. Dennis spent close to 4 years on this case that got to the heart of Atlanta's most extensive blood set. That's cap. It is a case that goes to the core of how the Atlanta streets work, related to the trafficking of drugs, guns, and the currency of having a young hip-hop star affiliated with your crew. That's incriminating for no reason. That boy ain't even got no jacket. It is a story that takes you behind the curtains of Atlanta's hottest nightclubs, strip clubs, dangerous neighborhoods, and it defines for the first time the legendary street figures that control not only legendary street figures. Wow. Legendary street figures that control not only swaths of territory, but the power that comes with money and a feared reputation. That's cap. Dudes ain't scared of these boys. They smoke nothing. He was supposed to have been important, and nobody ain't listening to Thug say nothing. That's cap. Ain't no feared reputation and swaths of territory. That's cap. Season 1 is based on Operation Planners. Yup. A case file and name given by the APD gang unit, ATF, and U.S. Marshals It is an operation that included close to 50 gang members and their affiliates and reams of intelligence files collected from social media and career criminal informants. Whoa, career criminal informants. That's a conflict of interest. Career criminal informants. Wow. Season 1 will also show the massive amount of gang intelligence gathered on firearms, social media connections, and the Atlanta gang hierarchy. Oh, and we'll just put a nice picture of Young Thug up here. And we'll put a picture of Lucci smoking. And we'll put a picture of a police with a badge. And it's Dennis. Tyrone Dennis, a retired 16-year APD veteran, has seen all the city offers since joining the force in 2004. As a married father of 3, that's Cap, he has 3 kittens and a boyfriend. His number one priority was to make it home to his family. 3 kittens and a boyfriend. Born and raised in the gang-infested Hodiment Tracks neighborhood of St. Louis, where he never joined a gang and he stayed in the house. He played Sega. Making the transition into law enforcement was not his first choice. He was a basketball standout in high school, and he loved Pokemon, where he went on to North Alabama on a full athletic scholarship, after which he went on to play professionally, but he wasn't good enough to make it to the NBA, so he went to the South America League. Yeah, I know you never heard of it. He went there for 2 years. It was a chance discussion with a former FBI agent who knows where he ran across his FBI agent turned professor that led him to apply for a job at APD. He said, son, you're not good enough to be an FBI agent, but you look just enough like a jerk to be an APD officer. So as a new patrol officer, Dennis utilized his keen street smarts that he really didn't have, and they weren't that keen, so whoever wrote this was probably him, and ability to adapt under any circumstances that he lies about in his own writing to excel. In 5 years short, he worked his way up the ranks to detective. He would go on to Zone 6, criminal investigations for 2 years, and spend his remaining years leading the criminal intelligence units, gangs. Certified as a gang expert, even though he never experienced any gangs, and he just read books and watched movies. And he loves to laugh more than he loves to watch. So if he was laughing more, then he really doesn't know much. But Dennis has testified in well over 10 major trials where he wasn't really challenged, and they allowed him to get away with acting like he really was a gang expert, but he really wasn't. You can tell. Prosecuting gang-relating crimes, from murder and shootings to armed robbery. Yeah. This is a screenshot of a cell phone chart that he put in his presentation to show as an example of what he'll be bringing to the television show he was trying to produce. That's crazy. And he was going to use this NIBIN chart that they haven't even produced in the YSL trial. Yeah, if you notice, this hasn't been in the YSL trial. It's not even in that Operation Planners PDF. Yeah, they left this out. But he was going to use it on the TV show. As you can see right now, this is a picture of Kelvin Watts right here, and it's linking him to a September 12th, 2015 situation. You already know. Boom. Got the situation. It got everything mapped out. It got, Tick right here. You got Woody right here with the 40 cal I told you about that the feds got. Remember? Philip Collins picture right there. You got Quindarius Zachary right here. Travis King and Antonio Sledge. Yep. And then you got this chart that we did see a lot. So he was going to use all of this in the television show. Yeah. And that's the end, y'all. And this is the end picture. Yep. What you think about that? I figured I had to go through the whole thing. Because it was like, I think we slept on it. I think we slept on it. I think we slept on the fact that, first off, one of the key elements to it is it was supposed to have been produced in 2021, which means if you rewind to that time period and say it was, then that means they was going to move forward with the RICO, and you already know why they probably didn't. You know what I mean? Now, A lot happened after 2021. So say if they was going to move with the trial 2019, that changed the table. You feel me? You don't, Rod's situation, what year that happened? 2018? You might got that in there, but everything after that, not in there. You feel me? So I think that's important. But hold on, let's get back to the trial. That is not what I wanted. Yeah, salute to everybody in here. Tap the like button. I thought that was interesting. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about it.